George Bush aveva ricevuto uno dei messaggi più atroci nella storia degli Stati Uniti.
I knew that this was not a coincidence. I thought about what I would say. I opened the door to the room, came in. That's when I walked up to the president and I leaned over and I whispered into his right ear, "A second plane hit the second tower. America is under attack."
La situazione era critica, ma il presidente di allora sapeva che sarebbe stato meglio non farsi prendere dal panico. Era di fronte a dei bambini di una scuola elementare che erano emozionati nel vederlo, visto che nell'aula c'era la più grande autorità del paese.
I remember when he came in, even as a 7-year-old, you know who the president is, right? And I remember like even feeling like that young, feeling like kind of like starstruck and giddy, like I'm going to Disney World or something. And I put my hand over my heart. Like when you think about patriotic things when you're that little, you do the Pledge of Allegiance every day, and I literally put my hand over my heart.
La situazione era fuori controllo. Il centro di New York era in fiamme dopo il terribile attacco, ma George Bush non poteva fare nulla, fuorché mantenere la calma.
Andy Card comes up to behind me and says, "Second plane has hit the second tower, America's under attack." And I'm watching the child read. And then I see the press in the back of the room beginning to get the same message I just got. And I could see the horror etched on the face of the news people who had just gotten the same news. During a crisis, it's really important to set a tone and not to panic. And so I waited for the appropriate moment to leave the classroom. I didn't want to do anything dramatic. I didn't want to, lurch out of the chair and scare the classroom full of children, and so I waited.
Il potente leader aveva completamente cambiato postura dopo aver appreso la notizia. Appariva deconcentrato, ma non voleva allarmare nessuno.
I was studying him intently, and his mouth was kind of drawn and tight, and there was for just a brief moment, sort of a startled look in his eyes, and also a weightiness to him, if you will. I could tell he was really focused on trying to get through that event.
Mentre George Bush cercava di rimanere calmo davanti alla scolaresca, fra le strade del centro di New York regnava il terrore più assoluto.
I don't know. Let's just get back. Get back.
What is it? I just think there's gonna be another explosion.
Il mondo intero era testimone di un atto che poteva essere considerato come una dichiarazione di guerra, e nel frattempo George Bush non poteva fare altro che apparire impassibile davanti al tragico scenario.
You're literally seeing the mindset of the President of the United States play out on TV. Everything about what he thought he was about as a president is changing right in front of you. We hear about the great wartime leaders, Churchill, Roosevelt, others, days, if not weeks, to process and gird themselves for what was ahead. This is all happening in real time.
Gli angoscianti avvenimenti verificatisi fra le strade di New York avevano bisogno di una risposta immediata da parte del presidente, arrivata soltanto dopo che quest'ultimo aveva fatto ritorno alla Casa Bianca.
The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
Ma ovviamente la condanna di questi atti da parte del presidente non sarebbe stata l'unica risposta degli Stati Uniti, e infatti è stato proprio in quel momento che la figura di George Bush è passata dall'essere quella di un uomo che, impotente, riceveva la triste notizia circondato di bambini, a quella di un leader che avrebbe avviato una guerra.
My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign.
Quel che è certo è che questo attentato ha colto chiunque di sorpresa, poiché nessuno si immaginava che sarebbe successa realmente una simile catastrofe, tantomeno il presidente, che era in una scuola per una visita programmata con degli alunni.
Andy Card comes up to behind me and says, "Second plane has hit the second tower, America's under attack." And I'm watching the child read. And then I see the press in the back of the room beginning to get the same message I just got. And I could see the horror etched on the face of the news people who had just gotten the same news. During a crisis, it's really important to set a tone and not to panic.